you can join 3 matchsticks and make a triangle. Measure the sides of the triangle. Join 4 matchsticks and make a square. Measure the sides of the square. Join 5 matchsticks and make a pentagon. Measure the sides of the pentagon. Similarly, you can keep adding sticks and making bigger polygons. You might need to help them with the names of shapes like hexagon, septagon, etc. By the time I got to pentagon or hexagon, every student knew that they had to multiply the length of stick with number of sides to get perimeter. But this activity brings up some interesting questions like, why do we start with 3 sticks? Why not 2? You can explain your students that you require minimum 3 sides to make closed shape. I also explain with them that we have made only regular polygons. This formula of number of sides into the length of one side will not be applicable for an irregular shapes. Then what do we do for rectangles? To answer this in a fun way, let us have a biscuit party. Take 5 rectangular biscuits and measure its perimeter. Ask your students to arrange them in any way to make a bigger shape. Now ask them to calculate the perimeter of this new shape. Is the perimeter always the same? Using these biscuits, you can introduce the concept of area. These biscuits are of same size, so they have same area. But if we put 5 biscuits all together, the area is same. But was the perimeter same for all shapes? We can use this to show the shapes with same area can have different perimeters. Now, let us demonstrate how to calculate the area of rectangle with an activity. Arrange the pins in rows and columns. Place each pin 1 cm away from the previous one. So, you will get many squares of sides 1 cm. Tell your students to make rectangles of any size using rubber bands or threads. The number of boxes covered by each side of the rectangle should give the length of that side. So, you can calculate the perimeter by adding the length of the sides. To calculate area of the rectangle, you only have to count the number of boxes inside the rectangle. If you place the rectangle diagonally, you can count the outer boxes as half. But students ask questions like, how does the number of boxes give us the area of the rectangle? I ask them to make this table to note down their observations. After some time, they notice a pattern. The area is always the multiplication of the 2 sides. Once they realize the formula, I ask them, if both sides are 1 cm each, what would be the area? So they realize the area of each box is 1 square centimeter. Now it is important to focus on units of area. Many students write it as centimeter, not square centimeter. So I told my students, as you multiply the sides of the polygon, you have to multiply with units also. That is, centimeter multiplied by centimeter means centimeter square. It is written as square centimeter. This geoboard can be used to calculate the area of any polygon. You can encourage your students to take any polygon and calculate the area that they will learn in future classes. So move on to calculate the area of triangle with an activity. We need paper cutouts of different types of triangles, a pair of scissors, a cello tape, a marker and scale or ruler. Mark a line which parallel to the base of the triangle and half of the length. Cut along this line. Align the slanted sides of both parts. Now we have a rectangle and we can calculate the area. The area of the rectangle is length times breadth. The length of the rectangle is the base of the triangle and the breadth is half the height of the triangle. So, the area of the triangle is half times base times height. When you do this for an acute angle triangle, you need to cut two pieces instead of one to get the rectangle. When you do this with an obtuse angle triangle, you also need to draw a perpendicular line where the base ends. Ask your students to cut the triangle at various heights from the base. They will soon realize that we can make a rectangle only when it is cut at half of the height. This can be done for every triangle. In our next activity, we discuss about the important shape which is circle. We need paper cutouts of circles of different sizes, a pair of scissors, a sellotape, a marker and a scale or ruler. Take a circular cutout of radius 6 cm and divide it into 16 equal parts. Cut along these lines to get 16 pieces. Arrange these pieces alternatively to make a rectangular pattern. The more pieces you make, the closer it gets to becoming a rectangle. Now, the breadth of the rectangle is the radius, while the length is made up of circumference of the circle. So, the area of the circle is pi r square. This activity helps students to understand and visualize the area of a circle. Earlier, I used to give formula to the students and ask them to solve problems. With these activities, they derive the formula for all these shapes and remember it very easily. Hope these activities will be useful to you in your teaching. The link of the text lesson plan is given in the description box. Thank you for watching.